everyone, welcome back, welcome to my channel. My name is Christina. If you're new here, if you're not, welcome back. It is that time of the month to choose my TBR, and April didn't quite go how I thought it would. If you saw my April TBR, you would have seen how excited I was about April. How I was like, it's gonna be such a good reading month, it's my birthday month, it's gonna be so good. And let's just say I was in a massive reading slump through April and somewhat feel myself getting out of it. Just to like prove how much of a reading slump I was in, I guess not really prove, but I read 3 books that were on my April TBR. I read Moonstruck, Bond So Fierce and Fragile and The Lies of Summer Night. I did not read any of the other ones. If I show you this page, in January I read 7 books, and then that was February and March, and April is at 7 as well. I'm hoping to get that to 8, but today is Tuesday the 28th and it's literally the last day of April on Thursday. So we read 3 books, so if you see any books that look a little bit similar or the same, it's because I didn't read my TBR, okay? But going off of that, let's start choosing my TBR. There are so many books I'm excited for that are coming out in May. We have 3 books that I'm very, very excited about that I've pre-ordered that are coming out in May. We have The Ballad of Fallen Dragons by Sarah A. Parker, which is the 2nd book after When the Moon Hatched. I cannot wait. We have A Queen Crowned in Flames by Hazel McBride, which is coming out in May, that I'm also super excited about. We have the final book in the Wives Who Weave series by Kristen Mick-Ritchie coming out, which is Dangerously Ours, which I'm excited for all of them, and I'm hoping to at least read Dangerously Ours and The Ballad of Fallen Dragons in May. A Queen Crowned in Flames comes out at the end of May, so I don't know whether that will be on my May radar or my June radar, but nevertheless they are the 3 May releases that I cannot wait for. But let's start choosing my May TBR. I'm hoping we can finish some series off. I do have some books on my radar for May, which one is the final book in the Compelling Fate saga. I'm going to be reading book 4. I don't know what it's called, I don't own it physically, but I will be reading that in May. And I will also be reading Addicted to You in May. I'm going to finish off my current read and then start my reread of the Addicted series, so I will at least be reading that, but I don't know whether I will be able to be finishing that in April or May. But let's pick our first prompt. We're going to pick 8 like always, and there are new prompts in this jar. I filled them up. There's some newer prompts, there's some repeating older prompts, and we'll just see. Let's have a look. Prompt number 1 is an author that you've read from before. So we have probably quite a few options of this. We could definitely use this to our advantage and use it in a series that we want to continue way, or just a book that we want to get to. So let's have a look. Also, the TBR cart is very full because I have been buying so many books in April, and I know I shouldn't have, but like, it's my birthday month and I'm gonna treat myself, and I had Fiction Fest and things, so this book cart right now is double stacked full. So if I'm looking behind, that's because I'm trying to find some books, but they're all behind, but I can't spin the TBR cart around because there's also stacks on the floor. So let's choose a book from an author that we've read from before. So for this prompt, we could do A War of Wyverns, which I really, really need to get to in May because this book came out in January and I've still not read it. So this is definitely on my radar to try and pick this month. I'd really like to get to Sounds Like Love by Ashley Poston as well in May. This is the Ashley Poston book that I've not read yet. I know she's got a new one either coming out or it's out now, and I do want to read this, so this could be an option. We could continue the series that we obviously put Apprentice to the Villain on my TBR for April, but I didn't get to it, so we could do that. We could do Soul Searching by Lila Sage, or we could do Don't Let Men by Lisa Jewell. So I think these are the 3 options that I'm going to pick out of. So this is a thriller. I have started it. I started the audiobook a couple of days ago, but I got to page 55, which is chapter 12, and honestly I was in 2 minds about continuing this because I don't know how right now I'm not feeling it, and I don't care for the plot that is starting to unravel, and I can kind of guess what's going to happen. So I don't know whether this can be for me, but I do want to finish it because this will be my 3rd Lisa Jewell book. And then we have Sounds Like Love by Ashley Poston, which I'm very, very excited about. Ashley Poston is like a romance author, a fiction author that does romances that have a magical element in. So for instance, some of her other books, we have A Novel Love Story, which the main girl goes into her favourite book series is Small Town, and we have The 7 Year Sit, which is Same Apartment, 7 Years Apart, and we have The Dead Romantics, which is a ghost. And this is, I don't actually know, but it's something to do, I think, with music, based on the fact that it's got music notes all over it. But I do really want to get to this, so that could be very much our option. And like I said, Aurora Friends, I really want to continue this series. So I think I'm going to go for Sounds Like Love by Ashley Poston, because I really, really, really want to read this. And I think her new book is either just coming out or coming out soon, and I really want to read this so then I can keep reading her books. So this is Sounds Like Love, and I don't know too much. I'm very, very excited. So let's put this on our TBR. And that's a new book as well, like I just got it recently, so let's use prompt number 2. I swear I'm not trying to pick all blue ones. Okay, book number 2 is a BookTok rec, so a book that's hyped on BookTok. Okay, sometimes these scare me because sometimes I don't want to read them. Sometimes I buy them and I think, oh yeah, I think I'm gonna enjoy that, and it takes me a while to read them. So this is why they're still on the TBR. Okay, a book that BookTok recommends. I mean, the first one that's coming in my mind is Diabound. I mean, BookTok went all over that series. I also feel like Game Changers, that's the Heated Rivalry. I know BookTok girlies love Heated Rivalry. Phantasma's another option for that one. I think let's go with one of them. Okay, I'm still kind of in the thing of like, do I read ice hockey romances right now, because obviously I read so many. I don't want to be burnt out on ice hockey romances. I don't think I have this in me in May. I don't think this is in my system for May. So I do think we are going to end up reading this. Oh wait, there's another option. We have a new option. BookTok girlies love. We have the Mile High series by Liz Tomfordy. I've heard so many good things about the series. Not necessarily this book. I know this is the lowest rated, I think, that I've seen. But the BookTok girlies are feral over this series. So maybe let's do Mile High by Liz Tomford. I don't know too much, but I think... Is it like different... Is it a hockey? So he's hockey, but I feel like some of the other ones aren't hockey. I feel like I've seen that they're not all hockey. I'm confused. No, because like this is baseball. Okay, I don't know. But the BookTok girlies are feral over this book, and I think this book, this series as a whole, maybe we read this. And I mean, I do want to read the series. I wanted to read it for a long time. Again, this is another book that's new on the TBR cart, but you know, if I'm getting my TBR down, I'm just gonna get my TBR down. So let's put that on the TBR as our BookTok rec. Let's choose prompt number 3. I swear I'm not trying to choose blue ones. Okay. Okay, I did myself dirty with this prompt. This is a book from the bottom shelf, which basically, normally my TBR cart is kind of like fantasy, like hardcovers, and then romance, and then fantasies. And normally, sometimes these fantasies have been on there on a while because I don't want to read them, or not that I don't want to read them, but I'm intimidated to read them. And I have to choose a book from the bottom shelf. Okay. It's fine. I don't want to start a new fantasy series, that's my issue. So we need to kind of choose something. Is there one that I need to continue, or like a standalone, I guess? Okay, I know this isn't a standalone, and I just said I don't want to start a new series. But I got this recently and I've heard really, really good things. This is Daughter of Stone by B.A. Pepper. I met her at Fiction Fest and she was so, so lovely, and I did pick up her book. I pre-ordered it before we got there and it's signed, but I know this is book 1 in the series. I don't know too much, but like I said, I've heard so many good things about this series, about this book, because book 2 is not out yet, and I really, really want to read it soon. So maybe we go for this, and it is on the bottom shelf, so this could be an option. Do you know what, I think we go for this because I do want to read it, and I think with it being my TBR, I should read it. Okay, on the TBR. The TBR basket is gonna fall, it's gonna go. Okay, let's hope we can get a prompt that's not blue. Not that the colours mean anything, but let's choose prompt number 4. I swear I'm not trying to pick a blue one. Okay, we got a purple one. Okay, prompt number 4 is a book on the 16 books at 2026 TBR. Okay, So that means we have to choose from the stacks that you guys can't see. So I did say earlier about this book, and it is on that list. We have Don't Let Him In by Lisa Joy. So maybe we should go for this because I've started it and it's on the list. And like I said, this is either going to be a DNF or I'm going to really enjoy it. I think I might just need to be a bit further in. So let's go for Don't Let Him In by Lisa Joy, and we'll see my thoughts. But it is on my 16 books 2026, so. Okay, we're halfway through the TBR. Let's choose prompt number 5. So we've got romances, we've got a fantasy, and oh, okay, this one popped out. I guess we go for this one, it's pink. But we've got 2 romances, we've got a fantasy, and we've got a thriller. So we've got all the genres that I read. We have random number generator chooses read. I need to count how many books are on my cart that I can read, because obviously we don't want to count the books that we can't read. Okay, hold on. We have 56 books on my cart that I can read. Choose a number between 1 and 56. We got 52. Okay, so let's go backwards. I started at this pile. So 56, 55, 54. Okay, I cannot make this up. I think the universe is like actually laughing at me. I cannot put this book on my TBR for the 3rd month in a row. But I guess it's going on the TBR. Wait, 56, 55, 54, 53, yeah. Okay, it's fine, it's fine. We have The Inadequate Heir by Danielle Jensen. This is the 3rd month this book is on my TBR. If I don't read this book this month, I'm gonna have to unhaul it at this point, because this has been on, this is the 3rd TBR this year. It was on so many TBRs last year. I'm just gonna put that in there. We're not gonna talk about it. Okay, let's choose prompt number 6. Honestly, I think the universe is like joking here. Okay, let's see. We have a book you haven't heard anything about. Okay, we have some options. We have quite a lot of options. Wait, I haven't heard anything? Does that mean like I've not heard, like I don't know anything about the book, or like I've never heard anyone talk about the book? Because if it's the second option, it might be a bit thick. We've got some thick books on the TBR. Maybe we try and do a short one. I'm gonna do with like a book that I've not heard anyone, I don't know anything about, and I've not heard anyone talk about, but I've heard about it, if that makes sense. Okay, that could be an option. This is option number 1. It's Cash by Jessica Peterson. This could be an option. I've not heard anyone talk about it. I've actually not even seen anyone read them, but they were in the works. I mean, we could do The Rule Breaker by Stephanie Owls, but like I said, try not to do Ice Hockey Romances, even though Mile High is an Ice Hockey Romance, but I didn't know that. Okay. I've heard people talk about all of them. Apart from the indie ones, we could do one of these. Do you know what? I think we go for this. Let's go for Cash by Jessica Peterson. I don't know anything about this book. I know it's a cowboy romance based on the cover. I know that it was in the works, and I know they had the first 4 books in the series, I think. I've not had anyone read the series. I've just seen it on people's bookshelves. So let's do Cash by Jessica Peterson. I don't know anything about this book. I know it's a cowboy romance. That's it. On the TBR. Let's see what we get. Okay. Prompt number 7 is a romance book. This TBR is so romance heavy. Oh, one that I want to get to, that I'm hoping I can get around to audiobooking in May, is The Favourites by Lane Fargo. I've heard really, really good things about this, and it sounds really good, and a lot of people say that if you like Daisy Jones and the Six and you audiobook that and you really like that, then you'll like this. And I audiobook Daisy Jones and the Six and really like this, so I want to audiobook this. Something about childhood sweethearts turned Olympic hopefuls with their chemistry and roller coaster relationship on and off the ice. Perfect. On the TBR. Literally, no thoughts needed. Okay, let's choose our final prompt. Okay. It is a book that's been published this year. So a book that's come out this year. Okay, well, this is the first option that's come into my brain because I know this came out in January. I don't think any of these have come out this year. I know Graceless Heart come out this year, so that could be an option. And we have Angus Orbert's Mystical Cat Shelter as well, that is an option. But I think because I said that I wanted to read this month, let's put this in the TBR. We have A War of Wyverns by S.F. Williamson. I really loved book 1 and I just haven't got around to book 2 yet. So on the TBR. Let's go through the TBR. Okay, they don't all fit in the book basket this time round. We have too many thick options. Okay, we have A War of Wyverns by S.F. Williamson. This is the second book in the series. I can't remember what the series is called. The first book is Language of Dragons, which I really love. These are YA, I'm pretty sure. And I really liked book 1. So, book 2 on the TBR. Then we have The Favourites by Lane Fargo. I've heard really good things about this, and if you love Days During the Six, then you'll love this. And I love Days During the Six, so on the TBR it goes. Then we have Cash by Jessica Huntley. I've heard nothing about this book. Nothing at all. It's a cowboy romance, and I can tell that from the cover, and on the TBR. The Inadequate Heir. The universe is literally, this is a sign to read this book. The universe is yelling at me, saying, Christina, you need to read this book. So, it's on the TBR for the 3rd month in a row. If I do not read that book this month, I'm unhauling it, okay? Because this is unacceptable. Then we have Sounds Like Love by Ashley Poston. I cannot wait to read this book. I'm very excited. Mile High. Everyone is screaming at me, telling me to read this series. Maybe I'll get to it in it. Then Dora Stone by B.A. Pepper. I'm very excited to read this book. I've heard so many good things about it. I'm very excited. And finally, Don't Lie Me by Lisa Jewell. Is this going to be an E and F? Or am I going to become so twistedly obsessed? They do not fit in the book basket this time. So, these are the 8 books on my TBR for May. We have some thick ones on it, really. It's scary, but it's fine. Let's hope we have a good reading month. Let's hope we're not in our reading slump anymore, because then otherwise trying to read these will be hell on earth. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. Hopefully some of these books are really good, and hopefully they'll be in some videos. But thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!